What's up, guys? Chris Flores here, Flow Fitness, and today I wanted to share some thoughts I was having recently about inspiration and telling people, giving encouraging words. So recently, I've had a lot of people come up and email me or send me messages about the ebook or things we've been doing, and I see a trend where again, I love all the positive message, I love all the positive feedback. It's great, but I noticed something when people from the past, especially whether it's high school friends or old college friends, reaching out and saying things like, I always knew you can do this. I always knew you had the ability to do that. I always knew one day you would do whatever it is, fill in the blanks, whatever it is in your life. And one of the things I've noticed is, where is that encouragement? Where is those positive messages back when I needed them? And not just me, I'm sure some of you have the same situation. Where is that stuff when you need it most? Because to be honest with you, at this point, once things are done, once the book's been written, once you've had that screenplay, once you've created your own show, whatever it is you're doing, once you've done that or started your own business, that's not when you need the encouragement. You need the encouragement back when you started out, back when no one else believed in you. That's when you needed it most. That's when you needed that friend to say, hey, I know one day you can do it. I believe in you, right? Sometimes you need people to believe in yourself long enough until you have that belief in yourself. So you need people, I'm going to hang out with this person who really believes in me until the point I reach that I actually believe in myself that much. And I say that because we talk about injuries and we talk about stuff that happened when we were younger. So you broke your arm when you were 15, or you fell off your bike when you were 11 or 12, or you got in a car accident when you were 10 years old, or whatever it is. And these things affect our movement and everything we do now. Think about those emotional scars from back then. Think about that 11-year-old kid who didn't get the part, and someone said, yeah, you suck at this, that's why you didn't get it. Instead of using that as a life lesson, maybe that 11-year-old needed at that time to say, you didn't get the part, but if you work hard and try harder next time, eventually you will be able to get the part, and teach them about how to overcome adversity. Use these negative things as life lessons. Instead of telling kids things that we're breaking them down at young ages and then expecting them to excel somehow when they become 18, 19, 20-year-olds and they go out into the workforce. We're expecting them to have this emotional strength, but their whole life you've been breaking them down, breaking them down. The kid may not remember exactly what you said at that point in life, but they'll remember that positive feedback that they got. There's always stuff about people talking about throughout the whole day. People can tell you how nice your shirt is, how nice your outfit is, and not one person says you look terrible, and that's all you remember all day. So we got to kind of get our mindset out of focusing so much on those negatives and focusing on that, hey, 50 people say I look amazing, I must look great, as opposed to focusing on one person who said something negative. And it actually reminds me of a story, and I don't want to take too long here, but it reminds me of a story of, I remember it was an anti-bullying thing, and it told a story of this kid who always say hurtful things to people and always be mean and say do bad things towards other people. And so one day his dad says, why don't you come outside? Every time you say a negative thing or a bad thing or lose your temper that day, I want you to hammer a nail into the fence. So the kid's like, all right. So like the first day he's hammering a ton of nails into the fence. And eventually he started dwindling down, so he was only hammering one nail into the fence. And then eventually no nails. So he's so excited, he tells his dad, like, Dad, listen, I hammered all, I went a couple days without putting a nail into the fence. Dad said, cool. Now what I want you to do is every day you don't lose your temper or say something hurtful, I want you to take a nail out of the fence. So the kid's like, all right. So he started going, pulling the nail out, pulling the nail out. Every day that he didn't lose a temper, pulling the nail out. So eventually he took all the nails out of the fence. So he's like so excited, he comes and tells his dad, Dad, I took all the nails out of the fence. Dad said, all right, now come outside with me. Dad comes outside, goes outside with the kid. He sits there, he's like, look at my fence. So the kid's looking at the fence. He's like, what's up? He's like, you've ruined my fence. It's like, look, you see all these holes all over the fence, all these nails where he pulled all these nails out, and the fence was just full of holes. It's like, you see, you've ruined my fence. And the moral of the story was that you can say these hurtful things to people and then say you're sorry afterwards and try to apologize. But to be honest, it's too late. The damage has been done. You see, although you ruined the guy's fence now because you did all stuff. Yeah, you pulled him back out and you try to retract your statements, but unfortunately, the damage is already done. And we have no idea sometimes what long-term damage can come with the hurtful words that we say to people. So we have to be real careful on what we say. How for positive feedback and negative feedback, we really got to give that positive feedback. And honestly, we got to give it in the earlier age. At 11, 12, 13, 14, these young kids, they need that positive feedback saying, you know what, you can do it. You lost this game, but here's what you can work on for next time. Here's the life lesson in this, in whatever it is you're doing. So always try to refer back to whatever life lesson can be learned from that situation that kid's going through, because you don't know when they're 19, 20, or when they're 30 years old that they can actually think about that conversation you had with them and reflect back to it and be like, oh, now I understand what they were trying to teach me back then. Now I understand what they were saying with their positive feedback and what they taught me. So be very careful of things you say. I know they used to say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That's false. Words have an extreme amount of power, and we have to be careful with the words we use and what words we choose to speak to our youth and speak to other people with. So that's my drawn out lesson. Unfortunately for today, it took a little longer than I thought, but it's in my mind, so I decided to give it to you guys, and hopefully you learn something from it and build from that. So hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys next time.